Barron Trump's going off to college. I remember him. Time flies, right? I remember him when he was just coming into the White House and he was just a little guy. And now he's like towering over his dad at 6'7". Wow. I want to say that, it's wonderful to see how he's been kept out of the public light. I credit Melania Trump a lot with that because it's really hard. And like everyone wanted to, know more about him. And she really shielded him from that in a very proper way. And so I think she did an excellent job as a mother, really trying to keep him out of the limelight, out of the spotlight. And now he's 18 and he's kind of coming into his own. His dad mentioned him the other night at one of the big rallies. I just want to share this headline with you. Trump says Barron, 18, has made his decision on where he will go to college as speculation grows on his future. Take a listen to his dad.
He's now going to college, got into every college he wanted to, and he made his choice. And he's a very good guy, I'll tell you. I'm not allowed to call them boy, but he is my boy. He's my boy. They're all my boys, right? When you have sons, it can be any age. They're your boy, and they're always going to be. And he's a very special guy. Barron Trump. This is the first time he's ever done it. Barron. Where is Barron? Stand up. Look at him. That's the first time he's done it. That's the first time, right? Hey, you're pretty popular. He might be more popular than Don and Eric. We got to talk about this. Hey, Don, we got to talk about this, huh? All right. So, Barron, it's good to have you. Welcome to the scene, Barron. I don't know. He had such a nice, easy life. Now it's a little bit changed. Anyway, special guy, right? Also,
18, heading off to college. I can't even imagine, right? I have 3 myself, so I'm dreading that. But he's getting up there, 18. Apparently, it's down to the final three. He's looking at, according to the Daily Mail, and these guys tend to be on it. So I'm going to go with this. They're all really, really, really good schools. He's looking at going to NYU, New York University, going to Georgetown in Washington, D.C., or going to his dad's alma mater, the University of Pennsylvania. University of Pennsylvania has had some challenges, shall we say, just over the last year. All those Gaza protests, et cetera, et cetera. So it's not as high on my list, but it's obviously an Ivy League school, and that's really good. Georgetown, well, that would be in D.C., but maybe he wouldn't, want to be in D.C. And Melania, his mom, is not going to move back into the White House. It's alleged and reported, should Donald Trump win again, in part because maybe she wants to keep some distance again for her son. Funny when you compare and contrast, say her and Dr. Jill, who's like in it to win it no matter what. There's a lot of distance that Melania has been willing to keep, which is good. I actually think that's healthy. You know what? In any relationship, people should have their own passions and their own things. It's like, when you're both sort of there working towards the same political goals, I think that can kind of create other problems. I'm just saying, who am I to judge the relationship between Dr. Jill and Joe Biden? Other than, when I look at them now, it really does feel like she's kind of a nurse. The old joke, at a certain age, guys want like a nurse or a purse. He's got the nurse. He's got the nurse with Dr. Jill Biden, not a real doctor, by the way. Forgive me, anybody who's got your PhD. I don't mean to insult. It's just not a medical doctor, right? But he's got Jill there taking care of him. And you got to wonder, because I think she's wanted this her entire life. She's been competing for 50 years to get to the spot of first lady. And then there's Melania, who's like, yep, been there, done that, no thanks. I mean, Jill did get the cover of Vogue. And, you know, they kind of snubbed Melania like over and over again. Somehow, Michelle Obama is still the best dressed. But that was the lady who went after the wife at the Supreme Court Justice, right? Remember the woman who was like the fashion designer? I told you about her? Not fashion designer, forgive me, fashion design writer. Because apparently there's like a whole thing, and she won a Pulitzer Prize for her writing about fashion because, she loved Michelle Obama's styles, but, you know, nobody loved Melania's. I would say Melania's done a good job, though, in terms of keeping her child out of the limelight, and there's something really important about that. It would have been too easy to put him out there, and she didn't, and so I really do commend her for that.